Amanda Barr, and I'm Community Impact Coordinator for Adventure for All. So we're a nonprofit that was started here in Sarasota, Florida. I'm not sure if you've heard of us before, but we are a smaller organization, started about 3 years ago, and we're just continuing to grow and impact more numbers. So we currently have branches here in Sarasota, and we'll do things in Venice as well. And then we're in Bentonville, Arkansas, Boulder, Colorado, a very small branch there. And then we've actually just branched out to the UK, which is really exciting. So we have a small group there. Our main mission is to redefine the human potential for all humans with exceptionalities. So people we work with include those diagnosed with autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, ADHD, or those with a range of cognitive abilities. And our main focus is that our adventure programs are designed to show that with the right support, our athletes can thrive in ways that the world might never have expected. So it's pretty exciting stuff. Before I dive into our programs, I just want to share a little bit about me as well. Um, in 2001, my youngest brother, Joey, was born with Down syndrome. So this is Joey in this picture right here. Growing up, I witnessed firsthand how society often defines individuals like Joey by supposedly what they can't do rather than by their limitless abilities. So I have tried to make it my life's mission to advocate for my brother, helping him prove to others that he can and he will. He's one of our athletes at Adventure for All, and he's training for his fourth major gravel race right now, which is going to be taking place in August in Nebraska. He'll be doing the 35-mile race there. Joey's a cancer survivor and an open heart surgery warrior, and he's currently now in the best shape of his life, which is really cool to watch. So now my whole family can go long distance biking together, which is great. And then my passion for inclusion extends far beyond my relationship with my brother. For the past 9 years, I've been a Special Olympics coach for Manatee County, and I also worked as an operational manager at Rise and Eyes. I'm sure many people have heard of Rise and Eyes, the Sarasota-based coffee and ice cream shop. And so I worked there for 2.5 years. I feel like those experiences really deepened my understanding and the importance of inclusion and the impact that I had on opportunities for people like my brothers, confidence and success. So that was a lot of fun. And then in 2020, it was 2020, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor in the thalamus, which was a rare and deeply embedded location. So I spent months in the hospital regaining my physical strength and also my sense of self. And I felt like it was through organizations like Rise and Eyes and Adventure for All that I was really able to rediscover my purpose, which is advocating for those whose voices are often unheard. So I was able to form a relationship with Loveland and other great organizations to be able to bring adventure to people, which is really awesome. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our programs that we have. So at Adventure for All, we believe that real growth happens when individuals are given the chance to challenge themselves. Tonight, I will be going over just these specific three, and then we sometimes have more programs that we offer. So it could be something that we could talk about one-on-one as well. So we have adventure biking. We have Gravel and Giving, which is a long distance biking program. And then we also have Experience the Outdoors, which is actually my favorite program. And I'm going to kind of dive deep into all three of these to kind of talk about them a little bit more. So, in our Intro to Adventure Biking program, we have athletes learn to ride a two-wheel bike over 5 days. They develop a lot of mind-body coordination, resilience techniques that we also believe extend far beyond cycling. Nationally, only 14% of individuals with exceptionalities can ride a two-wheel bike, and our program has close to a 95% success rate, which is pretty amazing. We're really working on pushing past those perceived limitations. And we had the privilege of hosting programs in over 10 cities across the United States, which is pretty amazing. We were actually in Atlanta last week, and we worked with 14 individuals who had never learned how to ride a bike, and we were able to get a lot of them to ride a bike, and they learned a lot of foundational skills and experienced the joy of biking, many for the first time. So that was really great. Let me, and then in our biking programs locally, we'll be hosting some in the fall and the spring in Sarasota, Florida. And then we're also hoping to partner with Loveland to be able to bring a biking camp there as well. During each camp, I kind of want to just talk about kind of what we do and how we do social emotional worksheets to help prepare participants for the week ahead. So, one core belief we have at Adventure for All is the power of mantras, which a mantra is a meaningful phrase that holds significance in one's life. And so, for instance, my brother Joey's is I got this. And whenever he's about to go do a big race or something difficult, we'll look at him and we're like, Joey, what's your mantra? And he says, I got this. And it's just really a cool way, I feel like, to motivate our athletes and to really get them ready for something that could be difficult and challenging. We also like to give our athletes the opportunity to design their own bike and then also to tell us about their feelings throughout the week. It's really cool. I love this sheet because the first day of camp, we usually go over their feelings about riding a bike, and then we'll do the sheet again on the fifth day of camp. And it's just fun to watch how their social and emotional feelings switched from day one to day five. And then so I just kind of wanted to have this video. It doesn't have any sound, but this kind of shows what our biking camps look like. This is one of our camps that we did in Nebraska. But like I said, we do camps locally and we do them in multiple different cities throughout the United States, like our one in Atlanta last week. We use this cool tech, like different techniques for our camps as well, which I always like to inform parents on. So we have partnered with Specialized, and Specialized allows us to use all of their bikes. But we've also partnered with Wahoo Fitness, and Wahoo Fitness is, I kind of wanted, I'll touch base right here on this little piece of equipment. So it's kind of like a stationary bike, but our bikes will click into a Wahoo, and then we're able to teach people how to ride a bike stationary before we then transport them from this device to then riding like with a family member. Or it's just really cool to watch the progression from day one to day five. So I always like to kind of touch base on this video because it really shows how we started on the ground and we progressed all the way to bike riding. And then I always like to talk about a little bit about our Gravel and Giving program. So, Gravel and Giving is for our long distance bike riders. So, people who have learned to ride a bike who then love biking so much that they will do long distance biking with us. So, this is actually one of the programs that my brother Joey participates in. So, this is his little card right here. Um, so we run this program from March to August of every year. There's usually 1 to 2 practices a week, and a lot of our practices are based in Sarasota. So either Mayaca State Park or Rothenbach Park, sometimes Celery Fields as well. And over 6 months, they prepare to take on this long distance bike race that takes place in Nebraska every August. So this is our Gravel and Giving team that we have this year. We have all 8 of these athletes that are all going to be gearing up for anywhere between 35 miles to a 100-mile race. So it's a really great group that they advance their skills, they bond with their teammates. And I always like to kind of touch base on 2 of our athletes just to show what biking has brought to them and to show like how much they just love this sport. So Josh on our left-hand side, he's a 25-year-old male with autism, and I feel like to know Josh really is to love him. In 2021, he actually became the first ever athlete with an exceptionality to finish a 30-plus off-road gravel race. Since then, Josh has completed 5 major gravel races throughout the US, all ranging from 50 to 100 miles. And so it just is a real testament to the power of strength and of community, which is really cool. When my brother Joey first met Josh, he would always come home talking about the Superman named Josh. And at first, we were all wondering, who is the Superman Joey keeps talking about? And as time went on and practices continued, We got to learn Josh's story, and we learned that he wears a Superman cape not just as a costume, but as a symbol of strength and courage. And he really likes to embody the qualities of courage to his friends, and he's really a true hero, which is I just love sharing his story. And we also have Christian, who's an 18-year-old who was diagnosed with progressive infantile scoliosis at birth and also autism later on. Christian's an absolute champion. He just did Big Sugar, which is a huge race here in the States, and then he's continuing to prove how far determination can take him. So he will actually be our first Adventure for All athlete to complete a triathlon at Gravel Worlds in this August, which is really, it's going to be it's going to be an emotional one because it's going to be our very first athlete to do a triathlon. So we're excited about that. So definitely this is a great program for anybody at Loveland who likes long distance riding. This is one of my favorite programs. It's our new one. It's called Experience the Outdoors. So we just finished our first session for this. It ran from January to April of this year. So this program mainly consists of 6 3-hour programs that focus on fire building. We go over tent basics and animal and plant conservation. So this 6-week program is really designed to build confidence, foundational outdoor skills that they can then carry on to future adventures. So each week we kind of differ somewhere else. So it's either been at Myakka State Park, Celery Fields, Oscar Scherer State Park. We've also gone down to some places in Venice and then also some places in Bradenton. So each week it kind of differs. But what's really fun about this program is it ends in an overnight camp out. So they're able to put all their skills to a test at the end of the program and do this overnight camp out. And this last year we did it, or this last time we did it at a 10-acre property in Myakka. So it was a lot of fun to then have them build their own fires with assistance and set up tents with assistance, and then also hike and learn how to make a meal from the fire. So it's a really great program, and this is one that we're going to be offering again starting around the end of September, and it will wrap up mid-December. So we will be doing that one again then, and then again in the spring. And we only take about 8 athletes for these just because it is like an individualized program. So I definitely suggest if you are interested to definitely reach out earlier for that one so that I can add your name to the list. And this is just some pictures that I always like to show of the Experience the Outdoor program. So these first 2 up here are ones that we did. We did fire building, and then they did roasting marshmallows and just kind of hanging out around the fire. The bottom left one is when we were at Myakka State Park and we were really working on our backpacking skills. And then it's really cool. We've partnered with some great organizations in this area. And so we were able to have Bishop Planetarium actually come out one time and bring a big telescope, and they were able to look at the stars and look at the moon. And it's been great to partner with these different organizations over the last couple months. And this is also some of our educational content that we do during our programs. So it just shows kind of what we work on every single week. So the first week actually went to Myakka State Park, and they learned about different types of animals at the park and which ones are safe and which ones you use caution for, which ones are dangerous. So they got to learn all about the animals. And then like the second week we kind of progress and we do more tent and fire basics. So they learn all about those type of things. They also learn about cooking and what types of equipment are needed for cooking over a fire. So it's a lot of just camping basics, but then we also have, so this is all in our tier 1 program, but then we'll also have a tier 2 program, which is a little bit more advanced. And so they'll go for like a couple days on a camp out. Right. So that's kind of pretty much everything I have today. But as I wrap up, I really want to invite a family member or friend to be a part of our movement. So whether you're a parent or an athlete, there's definitely a place for you in our journey. On this page, we have 5 films, and these can all be found on our YouTube channel. And I really suggest going to watch some of these. They're very powerful. They're about some of our athletes, individuals who are here to redefine their own potential. So this one is actually about my little brother Joey and how he overcame bars about Joey and how he overcame leukemia and how he was able to just continue athletics and how biking really became a good powerhouse for him. And now he's biking and camping. So these 5 films that we have here, they're really great stories to listen to, but I can also email them to you as well. So my email address is amanda@adventureforall.org. And my cell phone is 941-302-9060. So if you ever have any questions about anything, I truly encourage you to contact me with any questions. I'm always happy to talk more in depth about what we do, what to expect in our programs, because they all are a little bit different than most programs offered around this area. And then as a nonprofit, we're proud to cover a portion of program costs, but there may still be some out-of-pocket expenses. So most of our programs, parents do have to still pay a specific amount, but a lot of them are definitely a lot cheaper than they would be because of our nonprofit window that we have. And we can always have a one-on-one conversation about financials and explore potential scholarship options together as well. And just remember, I'm always available by phone or email, so don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Did
Yeah, of
anybody
course.
have any questions who's in the chat right now?
I don't have any questions, but I'm definitely interested for Zach. I think he would
Yeah.
love. He liked the idea of learning to ride the bike, and then also the hiking. He's done some hiking in the Appalachian trails, so
Oh, awesome.
yeah, he's backpacked for like 4 nights.
Okay, very cool. How old are you, Zach?
I'm 24.
Cool.
Oh, great. We have some people in that age group involved in our programs. Yeah, we have. So the backpacking program will start again in the fall, and
Okay.
it's a really good one. So we're aiming for the end of September for it to
Okay.
start. I don't have an exact date, but I can always email you. It'll be probably next month once we get
Okay.
everything formulated and everything all put together. I can send you a more detailed email about that.
That would be
And then if
great.
you want to sign up, you can sign up for it there as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. If anyone, I was talking to anyone else who wants more information about the programs, this will be on our website, hopefully tomorrow. So
Okay.
if if anyone's talking to anyone and ever wants to learn more about it, all of our advocates are posted there. So great way to go and find information.
Yeah, thanks,
Awesome.
Becca, for having me, and thank you, everybody. I appreciate it, and we hope that we get the opportunity to work together in the future.
That would be great.
Yeah. Have a
Thank
great
you.
one. Thank
Thank you.
you.